This podcast is proudly produced by Bow Tie Media.
Hello and welcome to By Appointment Only. I'm your host, Brooke Jesberg, and this is my podcast series where I invite some of my personal clients and special guests to come into my salon, enjoy some treatments, and catch up on what's happening in their world. So pour yourself a cheeky glass, ladies, and feel free to eavesdrop in all our goss. This week, I've invited one of my very first clients ever, Georgina Lewis, who is head news presenter at Channel 10. It was so good to spend the morning with her and reminisce about how it all started and how she's become one of the most recognised faces in news today. Welcome, Georgina Lewis. Georgina Lewis.
Hello.
Welcome.
This is exciting.
It is, isn't it? Thank you so much for joining us today. Now, you had your nails done.
Yes.
So I'm just going to give you an extra long hand massage. How does that sound?
I'm so looking forward to this.
It's not every day you're on the other end of the table.
No, I feel a little bit nervous about this, Brookie.
Don't be nervous.
You know, I prefer being in the hot seat over there.
You do. You know, not many people would say that. I think it takes a lot of, can I say balls, to do your job. So, Georgie, I've known you for a while.
Yes, a long time. When did we first start seeing each other?
Well, it would have been back in Beauteasy days. Yeah. I used to come and visit you, and you had the most beautiful heart, still do to this day, because you foster dogs.
Oh, yes.
And I never forget that about you, and I think that's so lovely. How did you get into that? What made you want to be a foster mum to puppies?
Well, I always loved animals, as you know. And I actually went, when I was doing the weather for Channel 10, I went out to the army base out at Amberley and did a weather cross with all these little military working dogs. And I got absolutely sucked in.
What sort of dogs were they?
They were Belgian Malinois.
Holy
Belgian
moly.
Malinois and German Shepherds. So you know the ones that you see on that TV show called Cops?
Yes.
What you gonna do?
Yes, that's them.
They look quite vicious in Cops, but they're actually such beautiful dogs and really intelligent and can be trained really easily. So, yeah, I fell in love and we ended up having 4 of them, I think, over a couple of years.
Wow.
But it's so hard giving them back.
I remember you saying that to me, like, oh, when is it? When's D-Day that you've actually got to hand it over? And I know you're dreading it. How do you deal with it?
It was hard. I used to cry every time, especially when you got so used to having this animal in your household and you love them so much, and then you see them getting put into the back of a car, into a cage, and you know that they're off to do good things for your country, but at the same time it's like, oh, they become part of our family.
Do you get to see them?
I did go back and see a couple of them, and you wonder if they recognise you or not when you call them to the, you know, the fence.
Did they?
I think one of them did, Nova. Another Nova. I know.
It's
not
so
named
cute.
after the radio station.
Yeah.
I think, as you know, they all are named after, you know.
So Nova recognised you.
Yeah.
Girl or boy?
Girl. Yeah.
Mummy's girl, hey?
Yeah.
Now she's one of the tough, like, Xena warrior princesses of puppies.
I think she has actually survived so far, but I'm not sure that she went actually into the military. She ended up going into the corrective services. I think she was a jail doggy, basically.
Really?
Yeah.
Lady of the ward.
Yeah, Lady of the ward.
Wentworth. Yeah, Wentworth.
But I actually went and saw one of them graduate as well.
Oh,
so that was
stop
really
it.
nice.
That is
They
really
had a
cute.
special parade.
That's adorable.
Yeah, so
love
that was
it.
good.
Oh, well, that's cute.
Yeah.
So, TV presenter.
Yes.
When did it all start?
So I read
me
the
the year.
news at Channel 10,
Yes.
10 News First. But when I first started out in journalism in 1995.
Because you went to England, didn't you?
No,
Georgia.
No,
Georgia?
I went to America, USA.
USA. Okay.
Nebraska.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why did you get into journalism and why were you over there?
So as a teenager, I really loved the humanities subjects. Can't do maths, shocking at maths. So I loved English, I loved the arts, theatre. My mum was a school teacher. I just really loved writing. She encouraged me, basically, and I don't know, I originally wanted to be a forensic scientist.
Did you?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't think I was smart enough for that.
Oh,
I was really intrigued.
You're good with blood?
Yeah, good with blood. Not good with vomit, but good with blood. Really intrigued, but, you know, all those CSI shows and investigative things and just, you know, working in all that sort of field was really interesting for me. But no, I don't think my TE score back in the olden days when they had TE scores was high enough for that. But so I stuck to the writing. And I went to university in northern New South Wales, and then I spent a year overseas, which was really interesting because I was originally only meant to be there for 6 months. We did an exchange with the University of Nebraska. There was 3 of us who were all friends who went over, and we had such a good time that we ended up extending it. Yeah.
That's so good.
So I had to keep my visa in check, basically. I had to go and work in a summer camp because we did our university year back to front because theirs is different to ours. You know how we go January to December.
Yeah.
They go from after spring break, which is the middle of the year, wrap it around. So then came back, finished off my final year of university in northern New South Wales. And then, like everyone does, I had to go and do work experience and then try and get my foot in the door. It was really interesting when I was trying to get a job. They just made everyone redundant at the place where I thought I was going to get a job.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, so they offered me a job in Mount Isa.
Wow.
Yeah, the big MIM mining strike had just been happening, so that was the big news back then. You're probably too young for that to remember any of that, Brooke.
So are you.
Yeah. And so I was like, nope, I need to get my foot in the door. I'm going to take this job. So I went out there and I was in Mount Isa for about 6 months. And every day, well, it felt like every day, but I wrote letters to different news organisations to try and, progress out of Mount Isa. But that was incredible experience as well. I think everything is a test or a challenge, on your personal strength. And it was a real eye-opener for me, but also to be able to go out into areas that I'd never been before. I mean, I went up into the Gulf country.
Wow.
Covered completely different stories compared to what I'd cover here in Brisbane or on the coast. And then I got a job in Cairns. So I went to Cairns and I was doing the police and court rounds in Cairns.
How was that?
It was great. I loved it.
Really?
So this gets back to my whole
There'd be a lot of
forensic
juice.
scientist thing that I wanted to do. But it was really intriguing with court cases and hearing all of that, the behind-the-scenes evidence that, the layperson...
Well, that would have suited you to a T, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and again... incredible opportunities, and I always say that to the young journos that are coming through because they're like, oh, I just really want to be in the city, but you have to go out to the regions to experience it. It's where you learn to write, and I got to do so many incredible things. Like, there was searches for people up on the Cape, and we'd be flying in choppers, landing on remote beaches. I remember one time where this ship ran aground off the coast, like halfway up the Cape, and it was stuck on the reef. And then we flew out to cover the story with the chopper. With the chopper, we shut down the engine on it and landed on like a coral bommy.
Oh, my God.
And we couldn't get the engine started. We were like 25 nautical miles out to sea and the tide was coming up.
What did you do?
We started walking across to the ship that was also wedged into this coral reef and we're trying to sort of signal them while the chopper pilot was opening the engine cover and trying to get the engine started.
Oh, my gosh. Did he get it started?
He eventually got it started, but we had no communication system because we had to fly at a certain level.
Yeah.
So we were just praying that we'd make it back to the mainland before. Otherwise, they actually send out search. If you don't communicate, I think it's with AMSAR or someone, they will send out a search, like the search party starts being active. Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Which is good to know. Yeah, but stuck out on a coral bommy. But, we made it back in one piece. But, incredible stories to tell, chasing boat people who landed up near Thursday Island through bushland and just things like that. I mean, whoever gets to really go up to Thursday Island and see that part of the world, really lucky.
So what's the most memorable place that you've ever actually seen?
Well, I mean, Australia has the reef is obviously spectacular. Yeah. It's World Heritage List. You can't go past that. I'd really like to see more of Australia. Went to Rottnest Island was amazing. Yeah. I'd like to see more of WA, all of those beautiful beaches along the coastline.
It sort of gets a bit neglected, doesn't it, WA?
Yeah.
Like, we know it's there, but it's just a little bit too far away, isn't it?
It's you sort of think, I could fly to Bali. Do you know what I mean?
True. Yes. Just go to Margaret River. Yeah. There's booze.
I know, I need to go to Margaret River. That's on my bucket list.
Yeah.
I don't know, just places in the Greek islands or Italy. Even Indonesia, there's some beautiful untouched spots. They're just spectacular. Travel is high on my list of to-do things. I always think that you should travel somewhere new every year, one destination.
Growing up, what were you like?
I was a tomboy.
Describe an 8-year-old Georgina.
Well, I had a BMX which had Tiger written on the front of it.
Nicole Kidman.
So yeah, basically,
Yeah.
the curly hair. So I used to just cruise around Buderim, which was where I grew up, on my BMX. And I think it was different for kids back then. But you felt so much safer on the streets, and you'd just be out. I explored. There was waterfalls up there in cane fields, and we'd always be out and about, rock hopping up some waterfall at Buderim, which is now everyone goes to, but it was never known back then. It makes me sound really old, like back in the 1900s.
No, not at all. Not at all.
No. So, yeah, I was an adventurous little kid, fearless, I think. As you get older, you become more fearful of everything. And I think working in news, it's different because you become aware of everything that can go wrong.
Yeah.
Because you're covering all those stories, which are not in the news. But, yeah, as a kid, I had like a little bowl cut. Yeah.
Was that by
Haircut
choice?
wasn't good. No, I don't think I had any options there. But I loved hanging out at the beach because I grew up in Buderim. We also lived down beside the beach as well at one stage.
Yeah.
And, I'm definitely a water baby.
You are. You've always liked the beach, haven't you?
Yeah, it's
I
very
remember
calming.
you always telling me you're always going to the beach. You're always going to the beach.
Yeah.
Going to the coast.
It's very calming. I've got a place down at Burleigh, which I just love. I just find being able to be one with nature and get out and about. I don't want to sit inside. I sit inside in an office that doesn't have any windows all week.
Yeah.
I want to be outside enjoying the great outdoors on my
nice.
weekends. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So you go
Breathing in the ocean.
living in the ocean.
Yeah.
So when do you actually finish?
It's looking really strange on
It
my
is,
hand.
isn't it?
Okay.
We're doing the whitening effect. Just go with it, George.
I'm going to have like white gloves.
This is not
What
really
actually is
massaging
this?
in, is it?
What is this that you put on me? You have very soft hands, haven't you? Mine will be soft once
not
this
really.
eventually rubs in.
Just doesn't stop, does it? Oh, my goodness.
No.
It's okay. It's called hot towel love. You'll be right. So bit of a tomboy.
Yes, I was a tomboy.
All right. When did you start becoming more feminine? Or are you still a tomboy?
No, I'm still a bit of a tomboy. I guess I discovered fashion when I was older, once I started working in television.
Because you always look immaculate.
Thank you.
Outside and on screen.
Thank
You
you.
always look immaculate.
Well, I style myself, so
Do you really?
that is a lovely compliment.
Might be another calling for you.
Well, that's what someone asked me that the other day. If you weren't doing, if you were being a news presenter, what would you do? And I said, I might be a stylist. I really enjoy fashion, but it's good. But no, I guess, I had two older sisters, so you sort of pick up tips from them and then you watch other people and just get intrigued by fashion, don't you? It
So
can
you
become very expensive exercise.
So you got two sisters?
Yes, two older sisters.
And you're really close, aren't you?
I'm the baby, yeah. One lives out at Toowoomba and one's here in Brisbane.
Lovely.
They've both got two kids. It's good.
So what's Auntie Georgina like
Auntie Georgina.
to them?
They're pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
I think they can get
Are
away
you pretty
with most
easygoing?
things.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Good on you.
I'd like to think I'm fun. Hopefully they do too. They're teenagers now, so they're very busy.
My goodness.
Yeah. Can you believe that they're teenagers
No,
now?
I remember them being like little children.
I know.
Seriously. Holy dooly. It was like yesterday, doesn't it?
I know. I don't know where life has gone.
No. It's gone
I'm
quick,
45
hasn't it?
this year.
Shouldn't have said
When
that.
would I have met you?
You don't look it.
When I was in my 20s?
Yeah, it would have been, so I started doing mobile beauty in about 2003, 2004. And
Okay, so
you
would I
and
have
Chloe
been in
were
my
my
20s?
first clients.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I
Remember?
Chloe
I
introduced you to me, didn't she?
literally had 3 clients.
Really?
That's it. And then went from 3 to 150 clients. It was
Yeah.
nuts. It went nuts. But I
Amazing.
always had a good time with you guys. So I remember you and Chloe would always organise dual beauty treatments together.
Yeah.
And God, you guys made me laugh.
Yeah.
You guys were hilarious. You're like unhinged Georgie and Chloe Baker. It was just like so funny. It made me laugh so much.
Oh, that's good. While you were waxing us.
Yeah.
Putting us
Oh,
through
I know,
pain.
removing your petties and stuff like
Yeah.
that. That was fun.
Remember when you went to the other store down at Tenerife? You had that little brand? That was good in there too.
Yeah, it was good. It was. It definitely built my following around here because by chance I just started getting a lot of clients around here mobile.
Yeah.
And then most of my clients were around here, so that's why I opened up down there. It was really good.
I know.
It's
I
been
feel
good,
like
but
I've
I miss
seen
those
you
days.
grow up.
Yeah, I miss those days because it was more simple. You got to pay bills and
Yeah, rent,
30
overheads.
staff. It's
Yeah.
just, it's pretty full on. It's emotional too. It's hard to sleep at night sometimes, isn't it?
Not hard to sleep at night, but
But speaking of sleeping,
easier to get out of bed when you know it's your business.
yeah, true. But also, speaking of not sleeping well at night, is there any stories that you found that really hit? Or
I
do you
think
find
it
you're
gets
becoming immune
you.
to it all?
It sounds horrible to say this, but after a while, you do become a bit immune. I think because it becomes a coping